I'm certain you perused a ton of times this sentence. You need first to cherish yourself. Yet, what's the significance here? Is it about getting you a hot cocoa when you are cold? Is it about getting you another dress when you feel like it? Is it doing anything you desire when you need it? Is it about getting into comfortable garments when it's freezing outside? Cherishing yourself intends to figure out how to deal with you like a caring guardian would do with his youngster. At the point when you are a grown-up, and I accept you will be, you actually have an inner child inside you. These are your feelings. At that level you actually respond like an offspring of 3 to 4 years of age. Your feelings cannot get more established or adult. Yet, you can get developed. You can figure out how to regard them and how to deal with them. You can figure out how to deal with this inner child. At the point when you don't know about your inner child, you attempt to live in a grown-up world like a 4-year-old kid or young lady. You feel in isolation, terrified of the enormous awful world there outside, not realizing what to do, where to request help, how to secure you. This is an extremely troublesome method of doing. You will consistently feel apprehensive, unfortunate, dicey, tired. It is difficult to attempt to make do as a kid in an adult world. You will feel furious and apprehensive more often than not, and lost. Why would that be? Since no one deals with that little child inside you. Suppose your name is Charlotte. You are 42 years of age. Inside you experience the little Charlotte. She's 4. At the point when you are occupied in the rest of the world dealing with others, of business, of getting around, of doing 1,000 things consistently, the little Charlotte will feel disregarded. At the point when you're continually rushing to help other people, to ensure their necessities are satisfied, you will be depleted each night and cry in your bed. Here and there you will get fits. You will feel irate with no explanation, yet there is one, a major one. All these enormous feelings are endeavors from your inner child to borrow your time. Envision you have other than your kids, spouse, colleagues, guardians, companions, a little 4-year-old young lady named Charlotte. No one at any point sees her. No one deals with her. At whatever point she attempts to tell something and stand out enough to be noticed, you yell to her, "Shut up." You say, "I need to deal with my folks, my work, my better half, my desk work, my companions, my different kids, my home. I don't possess energy for you." How would you figure she will feel? What do you figure she will do? First, she will attempt to borrow your time by showing large feelings. She will cry a great deal, she will shout and yell, perhaps she's getting forceful occasionally. You believe you're angry at the rest of the world, yet it is your inner child that is furious with you. She's tragic and irate on the grounds that you couldn't care less about her. You go about as though she doesn't exist. Nothing is more terrible than going about as though our inner child doesn't exist. This implies attempting to live as though we don't exist. The most noticeably awful inclination on the planet is being unloyal to oneself. Nothing is more regrettable than this. How often did we disregard what we felt to satisfy another person? How frequently did we say to our inner child, "Shut up, you are not significant, the other one is definitely more significant than you are, disappear, I would prefer not to hear you, I would prefer not to see you." Horrendous, right? Also, we do this each opportunity we let come the longing of the other one preceding our own. This little Charlotte inside, how will she respond? She will surrender sooner or later. Subsequent to attempting quite a while to show her feelings, she will surrender. She will get extremely worn out on this and she will say, "It doesn't make any difference, she doesn't cherish me, she would not like to deal with me, I'm not great," and she will get discouraged. Obviously you will think you get discouraged as a result of others, due to your work, in light of your kids, due to your better half or guardians. It is no one's deficiency. Be that as it may, you need to figure out how to deal with this inner child which is experiencing your absence of regard for her. When, subsequent to getting discouraged, things actually don't change, there's one weapon left to grab your eye, little Charlotte will become ill. Or on the other hand she will get a mishap. Perhaps that way the grown-up Charlotte will figure out how to concentrate on her inner child, which is as genuine, if not more, as a genuine offspring of fragile living creature and blood. You need to figure out how to be a caring guardian for yourself. What's the significance here? First you need to build up an inner mother. In the event that you were fortunate and had a caring mother, you can accept her as an exemplar. Else you need to design, to make this inner mother, which is your female caring energy. Every time you have a feeling, your inner mother ought to ask your inner child, "What occurs, my sweetheart?" Listen to what your inner child needs to say. Then you go on with the exchange. Internal mother says, "Come here. Come in my arms, I love you as you are. I love you with what you feel." Doing that, the greatness of the feelings will drop practically. Then you say these words, "I comprehend." These words are vital, in light of the fact that more often than not we don't feel typical, having the sentiments we have and we attempt to overlook or smother them, which makes them heavier. I comprehend, my dear, come here in your mother's arms, I love you. Stay with these words and affections for some time, and then ask, what do you need? Whatever the child answers, you say, we will request this from your father. Also, here begins the undertaking of your inner father, who is there to secure you and to represent you in the rest of the world. You could never send a 4-year-old requesting a raise at work or having the opportunity to determine a contention at school or with the neighbors, okay? So for what reason do you attempt it? Convey your inner father to deal with whatever you need to do in the rest of the world. Your inner father is your male energy, which empowers you to decide, to make a move, to follow your internal direction, which is situated in you inner child, likewise called intuition, and to show your child's longings on the planet. At the point when your child has a need, for example to call somebody or to head off to some place to organize something, envision that your inner child remains at home with his mother who deals with his sentiments, I comprehend you're apprehensive. And that your inner father, another piece of your being, goes out there to act. Your inner father is that piece of you which can deal with pressure, to make a move, to organize clashes and any remaining stuff that has to do with the rest of the world. In the event that that part is missing in light of the fact that you didn't have a decent model when you were little yourself, you should make and create it. Obviously your inner child, mother and father are on the whole pieces of you. It is all you. It is only a model to comprehend what's going on inside you and how you can figure out how to cherish yourself. Cherishing yourself is tuning in to your inner child, treating his feelings appropriately, understanding what he feels and making a move the ideal way. Cherishing yourself is having this exchange with yourself each day when you open your eyes, each night when you hit the sack, and each time you have a feeling. Cherishing yourself is building a solid internal association with yourself.